Hey everyone, welcome back. How's it going, everyone? Fuck's sakes, hold on. Okay, there we go. Just trying to figure out why Mischief was hiding there. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's get this chat open. Okay, guys. So I got some news on the vinyls that are being made. The test pressings are good, and they're making them now. I mean, it's the final stage of the vinyl production, so they told me the end of May I should have them, and then I'll start shipping them out. So sorry it's taken so long, but the end of May I should have them. Like, so around July 1st, I'm going to be sending them out in the mail, hopefully, and they'll be all on their way. Sunshine Kitty, what this button do? Hey man, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And Whole Snack, appreciate that too. Very unhappy with the anti-Italian agenda going on display with Interface so far. Hope you apologize for this. Well, I will make more noodle references and past references, so. It's been a long time since I have streamed, so I am trying to get back into it. Let's see here, just give me a second. Will the music be on CD? Yes, the music is actually already on CD. So if you guys are interested in buying it, it's on the Bandcamp page. And oh shit. And those are shipping pretty much right now. I got a box of them right next to me. So I'm going to be animating a Ferris wheel rotating, and this is for Interface episode 14, and I'm not going to really explain what's going to happen. Obviously, it's just that there's a Ferris wheel in it, I guess. It'll probably just be one of many shots, so not really going to ruin anything. Looking forward to more noodle-related things in the series. How much is the vinyl going to cost, and what is the total count of pressings? The vinyl costs, I think it's, I forget, it's on my Bandcamp page, but I think it's $35 Canadian, which is about $26 US, plus shipping. And there's going to be 300 of them made. There's already 150 of them have been sold as pre-orders. So thank you to everyone who has already ordered them as a pre-order, and for your patience, because they're taking a while to get made, but they will be made and sent out near the end of May, probably the beginning of July. So, and they're going to be they're going to be nice. So. Just bought a new record player, eh? Yeah, me too, actually, because I don't have one, and I had to listen to the test pressings properly. So I have one now. Do you work alone, or do you have someone helping you? Carolina usually helps me sometimes. So most of the owl shots, that she actually drew those in the last episode. Except for the one that I live streamed. Last live stream, I guess. And so for things like Ferris wheels, like a little bit complicated, I always get like reference images and kind of just trace on top of it, just to get the proportions correct, and then eventually I'll just kind of change it up on my own. Otherwise, I just end up wasting a lot of time getting the proportions correct, and you can't really afford to waste time when you're making animations because they take forever to make, as I'm sure you're well aware. It was like a couple months between episode 13 and episode 12, so I don't plan to rush them though. I'm just working on them, you know. Try not to burn myself out either, because that's easy to do, and I kind of did that towards the end of season 1. So I want to just slow down a little bit and focus more on quality, I guess. And however, so I've been reading some of the kind of, I guess, reviews and that sort of thing about episode 13, and people like it, but they are concerned that it is going to be too regular, like too much like a web series, like a regular storyline. So the first part of season 1, I remember it was very spontaneous. Mischief would just kind of do random things, and I want to get a little bit back into that and have some more ambiguity in the episodes, and that is what episode 14 will be like. So no worries in that front. Episode 14 will have some plot details you have not heard about, but it would also require some discussion, maybe, because it's going to be kind of like a puzzle piece again, you know. It's kind of confusing. Anyway, I won't get into what's going to happen, obviously, but I've been working on the music for it too, and that takes some time because I wasn't really sure which direction I wanted to go. Sometimes I end up making like 4 or 5 songs, and then I choose the one I like, because a lot of time the songs are just kind of repetitive and not really good. Umami, who's your favorite Pokemon? When I was a kid, it used to be, I'm not really into Pokemon anymore, but when I was a kid, it used to be Diglett. Like those little guys on the ground. Just because they looked funny. That's really the only reason. Hey, Dr. Slump, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And listen, sorry if I don't get to everyone's questions. I'm going to try to read the ones that I see as they pop up, and ones usually I haven't answered before, but I do get a lot of questions these days, so I can't answer them all, unfortunately. And John's memes, thank you for that as well. Diglett, a refined choice. You ever guys see that picture of like what's underneath Diglett? I'm sure you've seen it before. Just like a whole body underneath. That one's pretty good. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should do like a Pokemon bonus video about Diglett. Something like it would be just like this, basically. What's underneath, and then it would just be. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of small on the screen. I don't know where I just went there, but that's Yeah, that's a good one. Can you see that? Jesus. Hey, Carolina.
Hi. It's raining.
Oh. I was just showing them pictures of Diglett. You know, the Pokemon? You know how there's like a body underneath the ground?
Yeah, that's the joke.
There was just someone's wiener. It was just someone's wiener on the ground.
Dicklet.
Diglett.
I mean, usually when I play that game, that's what I name it. Or just name it Gaylord.
I have to approve all these comments for some reason. YouTube's like, Dicklet's not appropriate.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm going to get demonetized with a stream because I'm saying dick a lot.
Dick.
Big peepee.
Penis.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
See what I mean? This is what nerds sound like. Where's cum lord? Cock. I just come in here and start reading all the bad words, and then I'll leave. Pen 15. Yeah, that's a covert way to say it. Now your whole chat's just BB jokes.
God.
Long schlong.
All right. Well, moving on just to my Ferris wheel. So this really shouldn't. I mean, it's going to be kind of a hard thing to draw, but it actually. I only have to animate the frames in between each, like 16th of a rotation because they look the same.
My whole family watches Interface. Isn't that nice?
Ah, that's nice.
That's somewhere up there behind all the dick jokes. Oh, just don't bother. There's too many of them now.
Okay.
People's comments are being deleted by YouTube.
Feminine Beppis.
Yeah. Dinker.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Tinky Winky. Richard. Frugal Anus. Are you a fan of David Lynch?
Oh, yeah. Well, I really like David Lynch's stuff, obviously. Though I'm not really into his, like, Twin Peaks stuff.
Man, this is like censoring someone saying big pink peepee. I should leave now, right?
Yeah. You just get out of here.
Bye.
All right. Favorite Lynch movie? HG McCartoons. Actually, I think I might have mentioned this on my stream before, but I like his movie, the one about lawnmowers. I just can't think of the name right now. Let me just look it up. It's called, The Straight Story. Because it's kind of like a regular drama, except there's elements of David Lynch in it, and it's very subtle. And I find with like Twin Peaks, he goes like 200% David Lynch, but something like the Straight Story is like, it's like 25% David Lynch. And then you have things that are like Mulholland Drive and Lost Highway, which are 100% David Lynch. I don't know if that really makes any sense, but I kind of like how subtle his like weirdness is in The Straight Story, And I don't like how over the top his weirdness is in Twin Peaks. But then when it comes to like Mulholland Drive and stuff, and it's just the right amount, you know? Umami. Where do you hope Interface will go? Do you expect to get an Adult Swim series or hope to make another season of Interface? Well, I don't really have any hopes for getting a series. Who knows, right? If Adult Swim wanted to turn into a TV show, it would kind of change the game. Like I'd have to it would just be like right now it's just me and Carolina basically, and I don't mind it being that way. However, if it were to turn into an actual show, things would be a lot different. I probably wouldn't be able to sit here and talk with you guys, and I have no idea because I don't have that much experience making actual television shows, so I kind of think it would be better as a movie rather than a television series, because right now it's a web series, and I don't know, I just feel like as a movie it would be cool. But otherwise, I don't really think too much about it. I just kind of work on my web series, and maybe one day someone will be interested in making it into something bigger, I feel like there's a lot of potential to do a lot of cool things with it, and I'm not able to reach that potential when I'm just sitting here by myself doing everything. You know what I mean? What is your favorite amateur-made animation? Have you ever seen the other web series called The Big Les Show? It's very... I mean, I didn't know about it when I started doing Interface, but people started kind of mentioning it because it was similar. And I looked it up and started watching it, and I'm a pretty big fan of the show. It's similar to Interface in the sense that it's like a sequential animated web series, but it's kind of about different things. It's about like this big guy named Les who lives in Australia, but and it's a different type of humor, but I quite enjoyed it. So I'd say that's probably my favorite amateur animated series right now. Do you like Psychic Pebble stuff? Yeah, I've definitely seen some of his stuff, and it's made me laugh. However, I don't really know too much about his work, to be honest with you. More of the stuff I don't really know. I can't really comment on it. Haven't had much of a... I don't know. I kind of like the Big Les Show. I like David Lynch. Not David Lynch. What's his name? Salad Fingers creator, David Firth, and Zico, and a bunch of other animators that are on my influences page on my YouTube channel. Influences tab, or whatever you call it. Okay, I think I got enough of it. Sorry, this is taking forever to draw. It's kind of sketchy, but just save it for now, I guess. Spoisberry Toast Boy is the best. Oh yeah. Okay. So I got the base of the Ferris wheel there, or the circle part. Now I'm going to just draw the frame. I'm just going to draw it in a different color so I can see where it is, but then I might change the color later. This Ferris wheel is, well, I'm not really sure how I'm going to be using it right now, but I might just incorporate it into the background of a different shot. But right now I'm just... So I'm not too concerned if it looks rough. So there's a red triangle sort of thing here. Big A. Okay. And there'd probably be like a base too. I'm going to duplicate that because there should be one on the other side too. But I'll make that one a different color. Okay. Save. Hey, thanks, Tyson Algayer. Gotta go by. Good luck on interface. Gaming Koopa, see you, man. The Toy Story video gave me Spike and Mike vibes. I don't know what that is actually, but thank you, I guess. That video seems to be picking up right now. I kind of did that video because I was like, hey, I need something that's going to go somewhat perform very well right now. And I think it's picking up because the Toy Story 4 is coming out, so. Okay. I don't really want to explain what the cerebral electricity is because that would just take the fun out of it, you know? I have in my head multiple ideas of what it is, but actually, I do know what it is, you know, for my interpretation, but it can be interpreted in many different ways, I think. It could be metaphorically interpreted, or it could be literally interpreted. Okay, once I get these little things in here, I'll get rid of the background image and then just start cleaning it up and stuff. Umami, please tell us about your facial hair. Okay. Well, I have a light beard right now. And just because, you know, I'm too lazy to shave it every day. That's basically the only reason. I don't want to spend my money on these expensive razor blades. So if you shave only like your neck, big savings. Okay. I haven't really gone to a theme park in since I was a kid, but last year we went to La Ronde in Montreal to see some fireworks, and they got this roller coaster there called the Monster, and I think when it was built in the 80s, it was like one of the largest wooden roller coasters in the world, I think. And they recently replaced the seats, and apparently they made it like rougher and bumpier than it used to be. And holy shit, like I felt like my back was about to break when I was on that thing. It was almost pitch black too, because by the time we decided to go on it, because Carolina was kind of afraid of roller coasters, but then by the end of the day she worked up enough courage to go on it. It was like after the fireworks, I think, or just before them, and it was very dark. And then my eardrums exploded because Carolina was screaming so loud. So, but then she was happy she went on that afterwards, so. I don't know if anyone here has been on that one, the Monster in Montreal. Hey man, how you doing? It's Adil, right? I think so. Is it? You didn't have to do that, dude. Listen, man, I appreciate it though. Thanks for popping in. It's very kind of you, man. You didn't have to do that. Umami, favorite Tim and Eric sketch. Okay, that's going to be tough because I like a ton of different things that they made, but I think some of my favorite is the Clam Man. What's his name? Todd Clams. There's like a whole bunch of series where he's like trying to sell his clams, and at the end this video gets like more disturbing and then weird. I don't know if you've seen those ones. Scott Clam, that's what it is, not Todd Clam. Scott Clams. There's one video where he's like, "Don't you dare trade your clams for my hams," or something like that. It's just lost it laughing so hard. I don't know, I can't even explain it. But then there's also those other videos like, I mean, who can... The Cinco Boy with that actor from Fargo. What's his name? Anyway, yeah. I know what Renegade Angel is. I've never really watched it. No, not Steve Buscemi, but the guy that it was like a guy from. Let me just look it up. Peter Stormare is his name. You know what I really like about Tim and Eric stuff is that they get these like serious actors and then they make them to do the most ridiculous things. Like there's some really good actors, like Oscar nominated actors that end up doing the most retarded skits. Okay, there is the outline of my rough Ferris wheel. So I'm gonna draw the next frame. Ice Husky. Thank you for making interface. It stands out in such a good way out of the cesspool of regurgitated stories lately in the media, etc. Listen, Ice Husky, I really appreciate that, and thank you for the super chat. That's Very kind of you. Hey Umami, can you record some VSTs, effects or synths? Recommend some VSTs or effects or synths. I can, but the thing is, I don't really know. Okay, so I have the VSTs and synths that I use for the most part. Actually, 100%, well, most of them are the ones that come with Logic Studio. So those are the ones that are built in, like uʻmmäːmi and I think, and EX24 and all that sort of, those are samplers, I guess. However, I recently purchased a few instrumental VSTs from a company called, hold on, I think it's called SynScore? Hold on, let me just look it up. It's called, oh yeah. Okay, so they're kind of expensive, but, you know, thanks to you guys and Patreon and stuff, I was able to afford to buy some better synths, or not synths, but sound samples packs, I guess. And I really do recommend, if you're looking for a cello, they have a really nice one here. Where is it? There's like a Tina Guo acoustic cello legato, and I bought that, and it actually sounds amazing. It sounds really nice. I used that in the last video, a part of it, and also I got some of their symphony strings, I think, right here, core. So it's been a long time coming because I basically only used to use the stuff that came with Logic, but then I was like, I gotta drop some money on these because the thing about Logic is they have a lot of great stuff built in, but their string samples are not. They're okay. They're not the best. So, however, I recommend those. I'm happy with them. You know, I think they're pretty. If you want to get them a little bit cheaper, go to their Twitter page because they sometimes post they sometimes post like discount codes. So. Yeah. Hopefully that answers some questions. Thanks, Control42. Appreciate that. Umami, how do you come up with visual metaphors for your stories? You know what the thing is? I don't really intentionally come up with them while I'm drawing stuff. It just kind of happens. And I'm drawing something and I think about it and I go to sleep, right? And I wake up, you know, sometimes it takes me a couple days to come back like a week later and look at something and I think, oh, wait a second. If I did this in the next shot, then that would make this make sense as like some sort of metaphor. Like I don't really consciously plan them out, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's like it's. And sometimes I make an animation and I don't think to do anything like that, and then it goes out, and then people are like, "Oh, I see the metaphor here," and I didn't even intend for that to happen. So they're not all intentional. Sometimes they are just by chance, I guess. Excuse me. Problem with having a microphone so close to my mouth is you hear all my throat sounds and stuff. Hey Umami, my wife and I discovered... Oh, hold on here. Can't seem to scroll all of a sudden. My wife and I discovered your channel maybe a good half year ago, and we absolutely love your stuff. We always look forward to every new upload. Hey, Reginald Halifax, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. Have you always done digital art, or have you done other mediums? Oh, I have not. I've always started with different mediums, and then I really haven't done digital art at all until the last couple of years ago, or since I started doing this channel. Oh geez, my restream chat just crashed on me. Hold on. Okay. Let me just restart that. Restream. Okay. That my chat just crashed for a second. Go Lundy 1970. Do you have a team that makes videos, or is it solo? Some fans have contributed some 3D models for me, as in past live streams I tried to make the Olympic Stadium and it completely failed. And then someone, well, he made it for me, and I credited him, and I'm in the video that came out in episode 12. Otherwise, apart from 3D models, Carolina does some of the drawings as well, such as the owl in the last episode. However, I do pretty much everything else, so about 90% of it is me, I guess, and I do the music and stuff too, so. Okay, I have to duplicate this frame. Get some actual animation here. Duplicate this too. Charles Weston. Thank you very much for that, Charles. I appreciate it. Maria Gomez, what the hell are those things on Mischief's forehead? Are they fucking fingernails? They're not fingernails. They're kind of like magical portals, I guess. So, without explaining in more detail what that means. I don't really want to explain interface, you know? Just takes the fun out of it. But he's got magical things on his forehead. Oh jeez, okay. My eraser is huge now, and it's lagging the computer. Scroll down. I don't know why it does that. Okay. So, yeah, so like I said, I should only have to animate the frames between between here and here basically, and then I can just duplicate it, like loop it. So I'm gonna just try adding a halfway frame. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna add the lights on very last, so it's gotta kind of like draw a little hamburger shape. Elio, can you do a live stream of you making the soundtrack? I have done some in the past. I'm not going to do it today, but if you're interested in finding some of the older ones, they're archived on my playlist page called Live Streams. I don't really do it that much because I find making music really kind of difficult to do while live streaming. So, but you'll find a couple of them there at least, I think. Including ones where I actually ended up using the track in this episode and soundtrack, but mostly kind of ambient ones. The ones where I'm making like an actual piano composition. That's just like impossible for me to do while live streaming because I have to really focus. For me, you know, I find focusing. And for every good track of music I make, there's probably about 10 really crappy ones. So usually what happens is I start live streaming and then it just sounds like trash. And then That's kind of how it goes. So, okay. Hopefully this like looks good when I'm done. I don't know. You know, sometimes I draw things and it looks like not very good, but after doing a lot of work, but we'll see. Julian Torres, me and my wife have this new thing. It's called Interface and Chill. It's exactly what it sounds like. Hey man, that's sweet. I'm happy you guys are able to enjoy it together, you know? Laughs in Slav. Love your work. Excited for the next episodes to come. Hey man, appreciate that very much too. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Carolina. Okay. So, if I play this now, that's sort of what it looks like, but obviously it's too fast, so I need to draw frames in between it, and then I have to animate the lines so that they animate properly too. You know what? Something that was kind of difficult last episode was animating the bicycle wheels on Mischief's unicycle. Especially when he crashed and was on the ground. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Oh no, that's a different thing. Okay. Let me just move this over here for a second. Yeah, right here. You can't see his face because I animate his face separately. Thanks, Kalina. But if you look in closely, the shadows are animated too. And I was able to do that quickly because all I had to do was take this layer, duplicate it, and then make everything black, and then just shift it downwards a bit. So it's a nice little detail. It's kind of hard to draw stuff like that. But I think that the little imperfections make it look nicer though than if I'd like did it with a, you know, a 3D model or something, you know?
Huh? I made it extra strong.
That's good. Thanks, Kenna.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
Just sipping some coffee now.
That's a nice pen.
Okay, so I have to draw a frame in between here. Okay. Just save this. Maybe it's... Oh, what did I do here? Oh, okay. Hold on. You know what? Maybe I should get rid of the cage for now, or the. Cut this. Okay. Oh. So now all I have to do is animate. It makes it easier to see, I guess. I should make these are currently 2 frames long, so I'm going to make them 1 frame long, just so I can use the onion skin tool properly, I guess. So now when I click here, that's not really helpful. Anti-potatoes. One day I'll get a tattoo of mischief. Your work is fucking great. Keep it up. Right on, man. Cat and Bees. Do you think that if someone wants to become a professional artist, it's better to go to art school? If you want to become a professional artist, I think you should go to art school. And the only reason is that it will open your eyes to different techniques, and it will make you a little bit competitive too. And another thing is that, which isn't a bad thing, and then also you have to make connections with other artists that are already successful, and oftentimes that will be your professors, and they can help you write grant proposals and shit like that and get in the galleries. Okay, I went to art school and I didn't do any of that networking thing with the painting involved. Honestly, it's not for me. I don't want to be involved in the art world because I'm not interested in it, you know. However, I do think that if you want to be a professional artist, you do kind of need to force yourself to get involved in that world, and otherwise it's going to be very, very, very difficult. You can still be an artist and sell things online, but you're going to have to do really kind of like things that will sell, you know. And unfortunately, in Canada at least, the art world is just kind of funded by grants and stuff like that, and unless you're a really popular artist, which is extremely hard to do, you can't really make a living from it. So I don't know if I'm just kind of rambling here. But if you're serious about becoming an artist, like an actual artist, and not, you know, then you should go to art school. That said, if you just want to do art, and you can still be very popular, and you can still do it without going to art school too. I'm just saying that it will be a little bit easier. And it's hard when you don't have, like, when you're not forced to do something every day. Like when you go to art school, you have to do this project, you have to do these assignments, you have to do this, and it's very strict and often demanding. And I know for myself, I wouldn't have put these restrictions on myself when I was 18. These days, when I'm doing these animations, I have kind of goals in mind for myself. I try to do at least one shot a day, which I don't, you know, but that, you know, sometimes I slack on that, you know. But anyway. Also, you know, it's just kind of fun. Like, you go to art school and you meet new people, and you get to you work with different tools and equipment that you probably wouldn't have access to otherwise. So, but I mean, like I said before, it's going to be difficult to make a career after you graduate. So just keep that in mind. Okay, which way is this wheel spinning? I should probably figure that out too. I think I'm gonna have it spinning clockwise. A little bit of a deadline helps you get motivated. It's not just it helps you get motivated. Sometimes you don't feel motivated at all, and you have to make these deadlines that you set for yourself. Because the thing is, if you just wait around until you're motivated, it's never going to happen. You have to force yourself to do stuff creatively. Otherwise, like, if I just waited around all the time, I'm not in the mood to draw today, I'm not going to do it. It wouldn't happen. Like, there's some days where I feel like I really want to do a lot of stuff, and I get a lot of stuff done. But if I'm not in the mood, I still have to do something. Otherwise, it won't, you know, those days where I do feel like doing it won't come along, you know? And this may not be true for everyone, but it's true for me. If you really want to be successful at what you're doing creatively, you have to treat it like any other job, which is you have to go in and just do the work regardless of if you want to do it or not, you know. And I know how everyone's like, there's this idea that you have to be passionate about what you do creatively, and you have to be, if you were not passionate about it, you wouldn't even want to be doing the creative part in the first place, is my idea. But there's always going to be days where you're not wanting to do it. You just have to put your head down and do it, I guess. It's kind of, I know it sounds stupid, like it's not really good advice, I guess, but there was like when I was doing the first season of Interface, there were some days where I was kind of running out of steam a little bit, but you just have to put your head down and just force yourself to draw something, you know? Even if it's just a little bit. Even if it's just an outline of something, you know? At least you did something, you know? And you can use that piece of whatever you did for... Okay, let me just animate this for a second here. Okay, good. So now there's just a little tiny shift there, and then there's a big jump, so I have to make another frame in between here and there. And then next one will be, yeah, okay. Not sure if you can answer, but will episode 14 be a Mischief/Henrik episode or Cami episode? It's going to be a Mischief episode. I don't think Greeting Robotics and Cami is going to come back for a couple of episodes. I want to kind of just focus on Mischief and Henrik for now. Because they, I feel like Greetings Robotics I spent a lot of time with them. And we know what their deal is, I guess, so I'm going to focus on the character aspects of Henrik and Mischief. There will be more, though. I mean, like, there's gonna be more Cami related, and then cerebral electricity stuff. Just not right now, I guess. Why did you make the Greeting Robotics blimp a giant baby head? Yeah, so this is one of these things where I just kind of did it and didn't really think about it. Honestly, I was just like, I need to make a weird looking blimp, and I just drew a baby head, and it kind of works now because it kind of represents like this all-consuming thing that needs to be fed and is constantly learning and growing, and then you don't know what's going to happen once it reaches its final stage of development. There were some subconscious things that we're probably thinking about back when I was doing that episode, but it was about a year ago and I can't really remember. If you think to force yourself to be motivated and do stuff, then it's a huge help because it eventually becomes habitual. Maya Scott. Yeah, that's exactly how it is, actually. I had a teacher in university who was teaching screenwriting, and he said that he forces himself to write an hour, at least a day, even if he doesn't want to. Because the thing is that once you start forcing yourself to do something every day, it becomes less of a big deal. And then some days you'll just be like, it will become very easy to you and you'll just write a whole ton, you know? And that's basically the idea behind it, you know? And I find another thing is, though, you know, if you're feeling not motivated to do something, just clean up the space that you're working in. Like, clean the desk, make everything look nice and clean, the floor's clean, you get a nice lot of space to work with. There's no distractions. There's no, you know, if you have dishes in the sink and stuff and they're in the back of your head, just get them done quickly, you know, wash them out. They only take you 5 minutes and they're gone, right? Then sit down and do your work and you'll feel much more clear in the head, you know, and it will help you be creative, because it's hard to be creative and you're thinking about all these different things, like crap all over the desk, crumbs on the floor, it's like dishes. So you know what I mean? Just try to clean up your space. It will help you clear your mind to be creative, and then force yourself. Just be like, I need to do something today. It has to be anything, but just do it. Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Getting closer. Umami B. Peterson. Clean your room. Just clean your room. And that is true, though. It's hard to, like, I can't be creative if my room was a mess. And I'm not saying my room's perfect right now. Like, the room I'm working in is kind of, there's like boxes and stuff behind me, but there's nothing like spilled anywhere, or there's no, you know, it's just, it's stacked, I guess, and I got space to work. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. Excuse me. This friggin' microphone is like so close to my mouth, and okay. Do you like Felix Colgrave's animations? Yeah, man, I like his stuff. I really liked his Double King animation. He's a really good animator. Do you rotoscope anything? I do sometimes 3D models and then animate the 3D models, and then I rotoscope the 3D models. So, and then sometimes I do a mixture of, sometimes if I have to, like, so actually there's a shot I will show you right now where I rotoscoped it. I don't know if the actual video file is still there anymore. Let me see. I'll just interface bonus videos. Oh no, wait, it was an Adult Swim video. Let me just. Okay. Yeah, so this was actually rotoscoped, and I used my own hand. I made a video with my webcam of me making the motion, and then I traced my hand to pick up the tool, because I think if I just tried to do that with my brain, like without rotoscoping it, it would look pretty bad. And I think this is nice, because especially the hands are hard to animate, and so if I was able to rotoscope that, it made things a little bit easier. And it looks nice. I think it looks kind of natural, you know? I don't always do it, but it helps. It's not cheating. There's nothing cheating about it. It's just about using your tools, you know? use the tools that you have in front of you to make your work better. That's all there is to it. Whole snack. Take the rest of my money, sir. Well, I hope whole snack you didn't have only $2 there, but I appreciate that a lot, man. Umami, was interface at all inspired by Half-Life series, like in any way? Metalis A. Yeah, I mean, I really love Half-Life 2, and I played Half-Life 1, and I'm sure some things slipped in there subconsciously, just like anything. Just like my work is highly influenced by Ghost in the Shell and like even other similar things like the clown from It, or Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen. These are all things that I enjoyed, and they definitely slip into my work. So I'm sure there's elements, probably the cerebral electricity portion of it, that seems similar to Half-Life. Like suddenly all these crazy creatures are visible, right? But with Half-Life, it was more like they opened up a portal to the universe and then the aliens came through it. This is more like spirits and ghosts, like religious stories that you would hear, except those became visible and they were already on Earth, and they were only created through time by being on Earth somehow. It's a little bit different, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you can't be 100% original anymore. Like pretty much every sci-fi that's been written has covered almost every sort of situation that could possibly exist. The thing that makes it unique is your own voice and style and method of storytelling and message, I guess, you know. The message, whatever it is, of interface is probably a hell of a lot different than the message of Half-Life 2 or The Watchmen or Ghost in the Shell. I wouldn't really be able to say what the messages are of those particular things, even though they're all things that I quite enjoy. Credit to you for what you make for the online community. It's a remarkable exploration for us, and I think for you as part of the fun. Hey, Benny A. Elves, thank you very much. Captain Bongwater, I have a question. Why are you so cool? I'm not really that cool, you know. I kind of spend all my time in my apartment, and once in a while I'll leave the house. But I appreciate your question there, Captain Bongwater. I try to be cool. Well, at least my mom thinks I'm cool. I hope so. Reagan Miner. Love you. Can't wait for my vinyl to come. Hey, thank you, Reagan Miner. And I don't know if you were here earlier, but the final stage of production is happening now, and they told me that I will have them by the end of May, at the latest, July 1st, okay? So they will be sent out probably like July 2nd. As soon as I get them, I'm going to have all the boxes ready. I'm going to have all the shipping labels ready to go, and they're going to send them out, and then you guys should be getting them around mid-July, I'd say, hopefully. So thank you for your patience again, Reagan Miner, and appreciate it. They're going to be sweet. I'm so looking forward to them. It's going to be like a hot pink vinyl, and the case is all... I got the case is a nice thick board, and then the inside thick board that's glossy with UV coating, and then the same thing for the sleeve. The sleeve is not going to be paper. It's going to be like a nice board sleeve with glossy UV coating. So I spent a little bit extra to make them nicer like that. Okay, so that's kind of looking like it jumps somewhere. I think it needs another frame. Who's your favorite filmmaker? It's actually, I really like Michael Mann, all his movies in particular. I'm a huge fan of Michael Mann. And I like a lot of different directors' movies, but pretty much every time Michael Mann makes something, I have to see it in theaters. And also Ridley Scott too is one of my favorites. All the Alien movies. I like David Lynch, Harmony Korine, and Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah, man, Paul Thomas Anderson's great too. Yeah, there's so many different directors that I like. It's just those are like my absolute favorites. It's Michael Mann and Ridley Scott, I guess. Hey, Charles Lemaine. Opinion on Guillermo del Toro. You know what? I haven't really seen any of his movies. And I know that might sound kind of weird because like he's pretty popular. Let me just look him up and see if I actually can comment on some of his movies that he made, because I'm not sure. Okay, filmography. Pan's Labyrinth, I've seen that. Pacific Rim, did not see that. The Shape of Water, I didn't see that. Devil's Backbone. Okay, the only movie I've seen of his is Pan's Labyrinth. And I thought it was alright. It was creative and cool. Oh wait, I don't think I've seen Pan's Labyrinth. I've seen something else. I saw something else that was similar. I haven't seen any of his movies. I can't comment on them, sorry. Hey, Braxis001. Yeah, Shantaram. You must have read that book too, eh? Yeah, there's some kind of philosophical ideas that are in that book that I've touched on in the mechanical sarcophagus, or how you pronounce that. Yeah, and I want to kind of expand on that a little bit in a future episode. I just haven't gotten a chance yet. It's a really interesting book. Just well written and stuff. It's long though. Sometimes it's a good thing. Cow Monster Girl. Okay, I need to go. See you later. How did you get in touch with Adult Swim? Did they contact you or did they contact me? Okay, well, here's the thing. I actually pitched to them on their show development meeting, which anyone can call in and pitch. So it gets your stuff on their radar, okay? However, that's not how they ended up contacting me for those little bonus videos I made. They just kind of found my stuff on the internet somehow and then sent me a message, so I think it's because it was just been posted on Reddit or something like that, maybe. But they do search for creative animators for all sorts of weird things that they do, and I ended up just somehow popped on their radar, I guess. So, but you can pitch them stuff too on their show development meeting. It's not super easy, but that's one way to get in contact with them. just duplicate this last frame here so I can see what the difference is. Okay, it still needs another frame, I think. It's taking forever, but that's usually how it goes. I don't want this Ferris wheel to spin too quickly because it's going to look weird if it spins too quickly. Any 3D animations in the coming episode? Possibly. I might do something in 3D. I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to take a step back from doing 3D stuff because I was kind of overdoing it a little bit and it was slowing down my process too much. I really need to just reserve it for really special situations. And I think like episode 12 had a ton of 3D stuff in it, and it was just... It's kind of what slowed me down. Took too long, you know? Sometimes you have to work like a little bit restrictive, you know, and try to restrict yourself to not do everything in a certain way, I guess. Yeah, I use Photoshop, but I import these files into After Effects and do further animations in there. I just basically do my base animations in Photoshop. And it's just because it all integrates with Adobe. Like Premiere and stuff. I could be using a more professional animation program. Okay. Alright, so that looks like kind of weird, but once I add all the other different layers and stuff, it might start looking more normal. I'm going to return these back to be 2 frames a second each. Not 2 frames a second, not 2 frames. Actually, yeah, 7.5 frames a second, because I animate at 15 frames a second. Midgeberry Jams. Good evening, Justin. How you doing there, Midgeberry Jams? I recently got into your stuff super hard with my girlfriend. Out of curiosity, was Mischief originally supposed to be a goofy character? He seems to be more disturbing in the beginning of Interface. I kind of wanted to subvert people's expectations with some of my characters, and so Mischief being like this really creepy, weird guy kind of threw people off at the beginning. However, I didn't want him to be like creepy and weird the whole time. I do want him to be a little bit goofy, because it's kind of a contrast of character where he's like this, has kind of like godlike powers, but he kind of just spends all his time being a goofball. So However, there's kind of like that other half of you that kind of thinks that he may be kind of up to no good somehow. So that's kind of the idea with him. But I can't really, I mean, the first couple episodes when I was doing them, I wasn't really thinking too much about his character, honestly. I was kind of doing what instinctively made sense to me. Which... Okay. Now I'm just going to do a test here and just see what happens if I were to just rotate this manually. I might just do this and then trace over it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. Okay, so oops. At a certain point, I won't be able to just like... I'm gonna have to redraw some of the perspective lines and stuff too. This is just a guide, basically. Hi, Carolina.
Check out my bulls.
Oh, wow. Those are really nice. Carolina just made some sourdough bread. She's showing it to me.
My bulls.
Oh my god.
Who wants to see my loaves? I'm gonna post my loaves in your Discord.
If you really want to show people your loaves, you can get the webcam over there and just bring them over to it.
They're boiling hot. I'm not bringing bread in here.
Boiling hot bread.
Yeah. Why, you don't want me posting your Discord?
You can post it in my Discord, I don't care. What...
Just gonna post my loaves in Noodle Bar.
Cat and bees. I was just wondering about what age you were when you really got interested into art. Cat and bees, I kind of got into it a long time ago when I was a kid, like really young, like 5 or 6, because my dad was a graphic designer and he'd always have creative stuff lying around the house, like pens, and he basically gave me a bunch of things all the time, create like drawing tools.
Is your Ferris wheel a letter A? It is, though.
It is, yeah. It won't be for long.
Are you gonna make one that's a letter B?
That's a good question, Carolina.
Everyone looking at my loaves.
Hey, Prometheus, everything is good with the records now, so they're being made, and yep, they sound good. So I'm gonna send out another email, I guess, let everyone know. Yeah, I mean, this kind of Ferris wheel doesn't look very good right now, but hopefully once I add all the little details and stuff, it will look a lot better. It just kind of looks like crap right now, actually. But it will look nicer, hopefully. Once I add like the lights and stuff. Also, keep in mind that this is supposed to be like there's going to be other elements in the shot, so it's not just a Ferris wheel, but it is for now, I guess. Okay, let's just play this back. I don't like how it like jerks back, because that's obviously because I just rotated it, but I need to like redraw some of these interior pieces, so I might just erase that so that it doesn't do that weird jerky thing. Also, the letter A is going to be black too. I'm just going to, because this is going to be at night, and the only thing you're really going to see is a bunch of lights, I think. So. Umami, do you like Jack Stauber's music / animation? I really like his animations. I can't really get into his music, to be honest with you. It's just a little too poppy for me, but his animations are cool. But I mean, I don't really listen to pop music, like kind of upbeat music, so it's hard for me to say, really. Reagan Minor. Petition to draw a Ferris wheel with the letter B.
Yeah. Maria Gomez wants my loaves.
Okay, so there, the wheel looks like a, yeah, it looks like it's like pulsating. That's kind of weird. So maybe I just have to just bring that in a bit. Petition to add her loaves in the next episode. What software do you use to create your music? Flume. I use Logic X, which, well, it's one of the cheapest DAWs you can get that pretty much has every tool that you need to make music. However, you have to use it on a Mac computer, so that's the expensive part, I guess. But I really like using Logic, so I feel like the program itself makes it worth buying a Mac. That's why I'm using a Mac right now, actually, because I had to use Logic, and my first bunch of live streams I was on a Windows computer, and we still use that Windows computer. But I don't know, I've had some problems with the drivers and stuff, and I can't seem to get Photoshop to work properly with the GPU, so it like lags when I animate it with it.
Whoa. That's strange.
What's strange?
It's like growing and shrinking. It's It's a pulsating letter A wheel. Sorry.
Okay, how do I fix that? Maybe if I just like cover it up. Just fucking draw on top of it.
Just take the eraser.
Hold on, I know how I can do
And
it.
just delete it.
Oh, okay. Great advice, Caroline. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Also, it's supposed to be a letter B. See?
I think
Regan agrees with me.
Look, you know how Ferris wheels have like cover pieces in the center?
Yeah, it's to prevent the children from getting shredded.
No, it's really to cover up the pulsation.
Yeah? Is that where the heart is or something?
What the hell? There's like some red shit flying around in the background. What is that?
You tell us.
What layer is that on?
It's the red shit layer. Not the pulsating mushroom layer.
Let me just get rid of this layer so I can... Okay, there's some red stuff happening for some reason.
You spilt your jam there.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this is going to be a silhouette of a Ferris wheel, and then it's going to be lit up with lights. So I'm not too concerned about it being like perfectly accurate here. And also, there's going to be more of a foreground here. Just cover this up a little bit. Because there's going to probably be like that little box thing that they operate out of too, so that cover up that area. And
That's the clown cage.
yes, the clown cage. Okay.
Boiling lobes.
So now if I play it, it looks okay, I guess, sort of. Still looks fucking weird sometimes though. I mean, it looked like it's jerking around. Let me just... I think this layer right here, the seats are too big. I think that's what's going on. Let me just erase some of this. Okay. There we go. Now let's see. Does it look a little bit better? A little bit better.
What's going on the
it's
bottom?
Kind of jerky still. Something jerking around.
Bottom's messed up.
The bottom?
Yeah, just watch the bottom, play it back.
Oh, that
It's like the frame, it teleports into a different spot.
right here. It's because this. Yeah, this is the hard thing about not rotoscope. Like if I rotoscoped this would look a lot nicer. But okay, let's just see here. Some of the problems It's just that the wheel needs to be redrawn in spots. You need to make it a little bit more sketchy looking, I think. What are your plans for 2019? Well, it's to just keep working on episodes of Interface. I'm going to go to my cousin's wedding this summer back in Nova Scotia. And I submitted episodes 1 to 12 to some film festivals, so I'm waiting to hear back. I don't really have my hopes up because with film festivals, they want you to have like submitted stuff that's not on the internet. Sometimes they make exceptions though, so who knows. It's kind of a weird format too. It's like I made a 40-minute short film out of episodes 1 to 12, and generally they don't like short films that are that long. So
Okay, I'm done being a nuisance. See ya.
see ya. You never know though. XPGLD, thank you. I'm from Nova Scotia. That's nice. Is it just the wedding, or are you from there? Hammett. I'm actually from Nova Scotia too. Tantallon is where I grew up, that area. And but I moved to Montreal after going to art school because there wasn't any jobs in Halifax that were willing to pay anything, so. And then I got laid off after 2 years of working here. But then I kind of just like the city, so I'm still here in Montreal, just freelancing and working on these. Oh, you come to my wedding. Hey, well, maybe Reagan Minor. Depends on where it is. The fans understand this stuff. They have the intellectual capacity to appreciate the depths of the wheel. What's your demeanor toward fan meetups? Would you ever do one where you live? Probably not. I'm kind of a shy person, honestly. And I would just have a social anxiety overload if I did something like that. I mean, say for instance, Interface got into a film festival, I might organize something if people were in town, but otherwise not individually, like make something, you know. Hey, Madeline Jinx. Well, I'm happy the soundtrack is able to help you study. Good luck with your exams. It's pretty expensive here in Nova Scotia considering the job market. Yeah, it's Halifax is very expensive. It's more expensive than Montreal, and yeah. Okay, so I couldn't, like, when I was in Nova Scotia, I'd have a hard time getting like people to actually pay properly. They'd always want you to work for free to like get to know them like an intern or something, and then it's like, but you know what? I didn't have any money, and I was like, I got rent to pay and stuff, and first job I accepted was in Montreal. I was like, move out of here, you know. I worked a whole ton of different jobs when I was in Nova Scotia. I used to work in a parking booth. I used to work in a restaurant I used to sell satellite television. I used to lifeguard when I was a teenager, I guess. Working in the parking booth was actually kind of... It was like an easy job. I just had to collect money for people parking in the hotel parking lot and just... they had a little television in there and stuff. Usually I just bring my laptop and just... or draw comics and stuff. That was back when I was going to art school. But then towards the end of that, I quit. Well, I didn't quit. I just told them I can't really do this anymore because, like, my schoolwork was more important than sitting in a parking booth for, like, $9 an hour. We pay you an exposure. I have a feeling you've heard that a lot. Oh, yeah. I still get stuff like that, and it's just ridiculous. It's like, dude, why? Anyway, I don't want to go on a rant, but if you can, would you make the animation more dynamic or smooth, or leave it the same? I guess, are you talking about this particular one, the Ferris wheel? I kind of leave it like this now. It's starting to look a little bit more smooth now that I've been drawing over the lines a bit. And it's going to be scaled down and in the background, so it is a little still, it's not perfect yet though. It still needs something. It still jerks a little bit. And I think it jerks at the very last frame in between this one and this one. So I'm going to just draw over this a little bit. Oops. Okay, that was the pattern tool. By the way, some of you guys have been requesting like mischief pins, like you know, little pins, metal pins with his face on it and stuff. And I actually ordered 500 of them to be made, and they're going to be sold on my Teespring in the coming months. I don't know how long it takes for them to make it, but they're going to be made, and it's something new that they're adding to Teespring, so they're going to be pretty inexpensive, cheap too, because they're small, and hopefully it won't be, because some of the stuff on Teespring is quite expensive. Obviously, you have to make everything to order, but that's something new for you guys, and it'd be kind of neat. When is Interface going to get a fun beach episode? We demand mischief in a Speedo. And maybe if we can get Corona to sponsor a video, then we'll do a fun beach episode with mischief. Do they ship to the UK? Yeah, they will ship worldwide whenever they're made. They just basically gave me the mock-up yesterday, so it's going to take a while for them to make them, but yeah, I'll post it in places when they do go live, because it's kind of neat. Umami, how do I get girls to like me? Well, besides, you know, looking somewhat cleaned up, I think the best way to do that is to find an interest that you are enjoying to do, such as whatever it be, drawing or painting or programming or whatever. Well, I don't know. It could be anything. I feel like they will be attracted to you because you have interests. in certain things and that you're good at them. I think that's what would help you. That's all I can say. Otherwise, I don't really have any advice for that. Bye Umami, nice live stream. It was very entertaining to see the process of you creating one of these animations. Love from Dallas. Cat and Bees, thank you for stopping in, and see you next time. My grandmother's name was Dallas. Frenchy Furry. French Fry Furry. What is supposed to be the recurrent pink character in all your videos, and who's the guy in the TV? Well, that would be Mischief, the pink man. So, if you don't know about him, you should check out on my channel, Interface Episode 1. And if you watch all the episodes, you'll kind of get an idea of, he's just, of who he is. It's like the main character of my web series, so. Okay, there we go. So there's kind of a basic part of the animation there. Now, I'm going to start drawing some details on top. Put that in a folder. Okay, so now some of the non-moving details I will add on this layer. And let's see here. Okay, so it's sort of like a box here. Some like mechanical equipment is probably inside there, like some sort of gears and stuff. Probably a control panel for the Ferris wheel. Is there any good drawing software that is free / not as expensive as Photoshop? There is, and GIMP is a free version of software for Photoshop. There's also, what is that? Let me just look this up. You can try this if you were looking to animate. I would suggest try maybe using OpenTunes. It's free, I think, and you can do some really nice animations with this. I don't know how to use it, but it's free, and I'm sure you can find some tutorials on YouTube. There's some really good stuff out there that's free. Really good stuff. Maybe even better than Photoshop for animating, you know? So. Sprite is good animation and drawing software, too, says Main Man. Okay. It's looking a little bit better, I guess. Looking okay. Still a little jerky. Another thing is I'm going to scale this down, and it's going to be... I might do some tricks to it in After Effects that kind of smooth it out a little bit. Let me just give the sky a color for now. Just make it red for now. Yeah, cool, okay. Now I'm going to add some more details. Oh, what just happened? Huh. My event window is not working properly. Just give me a second here.
I just want to say something to everyone that I see that is standing around and crying. This is nothing to cry about. This is something we should all rejoice about. We should be happy about this.
Why do I have to change everything all the time?
When you're coming into this world, well, when we're living as people, I think we should be happy about
Okay. Jonas Damian Brobeck. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. And, yeah, man. Okay. Let's see here. Will Cammy go hunt mischief as she did with the ghost and the ship? Well, I think you can probably take a guess that it's likely that may occur, but I don't want to, like, I don't want to say outright, you know? I don't want to ruin the story, and also I might change my mind. Who knows, right? So... So if I add more of these little details here, and then I'm going to have to do it for every frame, so... Yeah, this kind of, this is why it takes so long to animate everything, is this little details and stuff. But it does make a difference, I think. Are you willing to create an animation at the same level of greatness as Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb, but involving Thanos? I don't really know much about Thanos, so I don't know if I can really make an animation about him. Also, it's hard to make something that really resonates with people, and like I can't just. Oh shit! There's a problem. I have to. Sorry. Duplicate this. Is that gonna work? Yes, it did. Okay. Sorry, I have to do something here. Just give me a second. Layer. Delete frame. Is that how it works? Okay, good. Duplicate. Okay. Okay. And then okay. That might resolve some problems, I guess. Whew. Yeah. Also, yeah, about the Thanos thing is when I make videos that are memes and stuff, I try to do them. I mean, I made the Big Smiles order like a full year after that meme was relevant. But I don't really, like, I don't think the Thanos thing is going to be particularly, it's not going to hold up over time. A lot of memes that are coming out these days, I don't get them. Like this big Chungus thing that came out, I was like, the first time I was like, I don't get it. I feel like there's too many forced memes these days, and I have to be very selective with my memes. What are the good memes right now? Bowling alley memes. What are the bowling alley memes? Just, I don't know what I'm looking at. This is look like some, I don't know. The bowling alley screen when you get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, look, I if you guys have links to bowling alley memes, you should post them in the chat and I will click on them. I don't know. I don't know what the bowling alley meme is. Dancing Hat Kid was a good meme, but it never got popular outside of a Hat in Time community, which is sad. The idea is that shitty animations play when you get a strike. That must be an American thing though, because I think the bowling alleys up here don't really have, or maybe they do. I haven't been in like in a real bowling alley in a long time. But like the televisions that were in the ceilings, they would never be on. They would always be just blank televisions. Like they like set them up when they opened up shop, and then they fucked them up somehow, and then they never got around to fixing them. Oh, here, someone's posting some links. You know how the 3D animators hired for bowling alleys were on some shit back in the day? Oh no, my I don't know if I can play these because it might violate copyright. I have to go back. Okay, hold on guys, just a second. I'm losing my chat here. Okay. Maybe I might do a bowling alley meme. I don't know. I already have a shot of Mischief getting a strike. I just do an extended version of that video. Nah, that wouldn't work.
Huh?
Strong enough. Thank you for making Interface General Alignedly the best miniseries I've ever seen. Thank you, Strong Enough. I appreciate that very much.
Still go on about boiling loaves?
Yeah. Well, we're talking about bowling alley animations now.
Nah, boiling loaves animations.
Okay, I'm almost done adding this little bit of gray to everything. It's not very exciting, I know. After this, I'll add some colorful lights, and that should be a little bit more exciting.
It's okay, no one's paying attention to talk about my boiling loaves. Dude, when did your thing get so censored?
I don't know, I might have turned on something and I forgot to turn it off, but it's not... It's just like censoring the F word, I don't know why.
Yeah, and the word shit.
It's because YouTube is just a family zone right now. That's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this done?
The Ferris wheel? No, I gotta put lights on it next. That's gonna be more fun. I'm just adding a little bit of detail before the light's on.
Why is that censored?
Okay. There's my Ferris wheel, sort of. Oh man, this chat is moving quickly. Hold on.
This is people shit posting swear words and boiling loaves.
Umami, would you ever collab with Chef Boyardee? As far as I know, Chef Boyardee is kind of missing in action these days, isn't he not? I don't think he's uploaded anything. And I don't even think his channel's alive.
Yeah, where'd he go?
So... Hey, Umami, do you remember me? I'm the one who suggested that Soup Sun's face is too close together.
It was
Mature
an
name?
important contribution.
Yes, it was. Chef Boyardee appeared in a Jack Stauber video. I don't even know how do you contact him. Like, where... I don't even know where he is. Like, his channel's deleted, wasn't it? I don't know. Okay, so... I'll have to check that video out because I missed it. I didn't see it.
Every time anybody had the experience of going into a past life, I was fortunate enough through Father to be able
You sacrifice a can of Chef Boyardee to summon him.
was so happy when they made that step to the other side.
Forest for the Trees is his new channel. Okay, let me just copy that because I want to check it out later. Oh, I was there before. I think someone must have posted a link a long time ago and I clicked on it.
Yeah. Probably because he's like making music or something.
It's just music album stuff. Oh, okay. Psyquix. Thank you for the interface series. One of the few things on YouTube I get excited about when I see new content. Hey, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, alright. This Ferris wheel is taking a long time. Okay. So there's that layer. I'm gonna put this inside the base.
Put it in a folder?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Just make a folder and put it in there.
That makes the timeline cleaner?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you tell me that?
You didn't know about that?
No! I get so annoyed with the amount of layers there is.
No. I'm not planning to release any of the Black Cake stuff on vinyl yet. Or, you know, I don't have no plans to do a vinyl outside of Interface at the moment. But maybe in the future. But I don't know if it would be the Black Cake stuff. I'm not sure yet.
You guys would have to scare up 300 sales at least.
Because the thing is with the vinyl, I'm making a little bit of money, but not much. After you factor in shipping and all that, and you know, it's just kind of an expense, and it's difficult to do. It takes a long time, so.
Takes up our house.
Yeah, and it takes up a lot of space in the tiny apartment I have. So, hey, I'm intrigued by the animation of the owl's wings in episode 13, specifically the lack of flap. Is this significant to the story? It's not really significant to the story. I just wanted to kind of have him like drifting. Though I guess there could be some meaning there, I guess. Though it wasn't something I was really intending. Matt Wacom, to do a signed vinyl, just make a mention of it when you order it, like the pre-order, just in the comments, write a comment and I will probably see the comment there and then I can sign it. The reason why I don't do it on default is it would take forever and they're all shrink wrapped and stuff, so, well, they will be shrink wrapped when they arrive, so.
How are you supposed to sign it then?
I'm just gonna have to unshrink wrap that one, just slice it open and it'll just be a little bit more careful with the shipping, I guess. Okay. So lights, I have to do something about the lights. I think I might do something different than I usually do. Matt Wacom, do you still do posters for your patrons? You mean like the portraits? I haven't. They've been sold out for about 3 months. I haven't reopened it. It's just they were taking way too much time. And I wasn't able to actually animate properly because I was just getting too many of those, so I had to shut them down, unfortunately. And I don't have any plans to open it back up right now. Been here since 5 subscribers, 5K subscribers. Keep it up, man. Well, thank you, Charles Henry. What other platforms do you upload to? I put Interface on Newgrounds, and some of the episodes are on Amazon Video. But that's about it. I haven't bothered to do it. I don't do it anymore. Just Amazon Video is such a pain in the ass, though. It's not really worth it, honestly. I didn't really get many views when I did that.
It's not worth the time.
Um, what is the first concert you've attended? I think it was Alice Cooper.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty young, I guess.
Who took you to that?
Alice Cooper came to Halifax and my dad took me. They had like snakes on stage and stuff.
Your dad makes things interesting. Pretty sure your dad has a lot of impact in how weird you are.
Probably.
If it was up to your mom, you'd be like the boringest kid ever.
Oh, that's not very nice.
The bread smells sneaking in here.
I can't really smell anything.
Yeah. I think it's all going out the window because the door was closed. That's why I'm in there, because it's delicious in there.
There. So, let me just loop this section for a second. Okay.
Ooh, that's fun.
Umami, have you seen any of Pilot Red Sun's animations or music? I'd say his work is a mix between Boards of Canada and Havoc. Hey Tim. Yeah, man. I think he's basically kind of major influence for my channel. And my friend Colin showed me his stuff a long time ago, like 2 years ago, when I was first starting out, and really wanted to kind of do something similar. So he is, yeah, I've watched all his videos. Captain Bongwater, hey Mammy, just left a job and I didn't like to pursue a career that I'm passionate about. I just left a job I didn't like to pursue a career that I'm passionate about. Have you ever had to work a job that you hated?
Tim Hortons.
Well, I never really hated any of my jobs that I had. There were some jobs I had that
That's because you left instantly.
I didn't I didn't look forward to going to. I used to be a dishwasher when I was 16, and I was just like, oh god, here it goes again. Every time I have to go in there at night.
Yeah. But who likes being a dishwasher? There's something wrong with you if you do.
I did it for 6 months. I don't really have any advice for that, though, other than that, you know, sometimes it's better to keep your passion separate from your job, because if you make your passion your job, you may end up not liking it if you're forced to do things that you would have done differently. Like if you have a boss telling you how to do things, for instance. Yeah, sorry, I don't really have anything.
How do you do that?
You just drag them out.
And they actually... Never mind.
Why, what's the issue?
Nothing. I'm just
You're learning.
standing here observing you use this better than me.
Well, I've had like a ton of practice using it. You haven't really. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Hold on. Umami, did you get the YouTube plaque for 100,000 yet. Yes, I did, actually, Daniel. And so thank you everyone who has subscribed. I posted it on my community page, so if you go to the community tab on my channel and you scroll down, you'll see a picture of it.
Yeah, and your Twitter.
It's also my Twitter, but you have to go a lot further down. I was a waitress for a whole 8-hour shifts and then I quit. Reagan Minor. There was one time I was an assistant waiter, I think, at this like fancy steak restaurant downtown Halifax, and they were like telling me to like walk around with my arm out and like a cloth over it, like draping the table. You know, like the kind of, what is it? I don't know. Like it was like a butler thing that you have on your arm, right?
Mm.
And then they wanted me to carry my water, like a tray of water. With this is basically, I had no practice. They just like threw me out there, and they're like, you need to deliver the water to this table. And let me just draw a picture of it because it will give you a better idea. The glasses of water that they served were like this. Okay?
Fuck that. Oh, they had a little foot?
They were like that, and there was maybe 16 of them, or I don't know how many there were, but there were a lot. And they were all stacked like this. Okay?
Like, can you just draw this?
So they were like that, basically, right? Okay? And then another thing is they put it on a tray. And I had to carry it on a tray, okay? So that's that. But then the other thing they wanted me to do was to carry it not with my hand flat. Like my hand could not be flat like this. They wanted me to carry it with my fingers like upright, like this.
Ugh.
And so they're like, bring that glass, like carry that over to a table of 6 or whatever. And I had no practice doing this, and I spilt one of these, like I went over to the table and I spilt it on the guy. And it was really cringeworthy. And I was just like, sorry, man, for dropping this on you.
Sorry, man. Dude.
I didn't. It was bad.
All I remember is you
God.
coming to see me after that shift, and you look like so frazzled and upset, and you're like, I quit.
Yeah.
That was the first thing you said.
I quit actually that first day because that was just, I didn't want to be a waiter, and I just needed money, and that kind of job was just too stressful for me, so.
Yeah.
Back to my wheel. So, Reagan Minor, what was your experience with being a waitress that made you...
You probably said that already.
What was it that you wanted to quit after 8 hours?
I didn't take a dishwashing job because they asked me to squeeze out cans of tuna as part of the job. And they didn't want like 1 or 2 cans, they had like a 15-pound tub of tuna. They wanted me to stand there and squeeze the water out of for like an hour.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It was just dumb and gross. And it was like summertime.
Mm-hmm.
In the back of some kitchen, so it was like 400 degrees. With hot tuna water.
Yeah. Old stinky tuna water.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. I feel like
Isn't there like 3 colors max?
I'm just overdoing it, so.
Shoveling shit on a farm. That's quite a job.
I was supposed to go into training and they just gave me 5 tables during dinner rush, and I had no idea what I was doing. I got yelled at by everyone and spilled a whole tray of food. Yeah,
Oh.
that's just pretty much like they just don't train people. They're just like, go do it, and it's like, well, dude, I never did this ever. But yeah. My worst experience at workplace, says Real Boy, was when my colleague got stabbed in the chin. It was a psychiatric hospital. Spilling water ain't too bad. It's all relative, though. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't get stabbed in the chin.
Yeah, I
At
don't
a
think I could take
psychiatric
that
hospital.
job.
Jeez.
I'd be afraid to go to work every day if I worked in a place like that.
I used to work as a line cook for about 1.5 years. Worst and lowest paying job. Yeah, line cooks. The whole restaurant industry is very tough on you. Ever think of making a fan art showcase? Daniel. I could do that actually. Just that I'd have to get everyone's permission, I guess. I mean, I know it's fan art, but like still they own the rights to their own work, obviously.
Not really.
Well, I guess I could do something like that sometime. Usually I just retweet it or post it on the community tab. If I get their permission. Okay, so I need to just focus for a second here, because okay. This is okay, so yellow. Okay, there we go.
This looks like a loading symbol.
Yeah.
Looks like your computer's frozen. You're in no mood for me today.
You're just being really...
I'm just being me.
Yeah.
This is usually what you're like to me, and I always want to kick you out of the room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It won't look like a loading symbol after I...
After it loads. That was the breaking point? That's when you look at me like I'm evil?
I got fired from Papa John's for not being a team player.
Ugh.
But it turns out the assistant manager was stealing from the company.
What a team player is that assistant manager. He's playing for the team when he does that shit.
Yeah, I used to edit videos, and on my evaluation form, they're like, you need to be more of a team player. And it's like, I don't really know what that means, because I just sit here
kissing ass, that's all
and
it
edit
means.
videos. Yeah, it's like...
It means you're not kissing enough ass.
Possibly.
Possibly. You're a team player at home with
Hell
our
yeah.
work. Yeah, because, you know, we have a level of standards. So, it's frustrating being a team player with no standards in place. Man, the clouds look weird. They're all like wavy. That's cool. There's a storm brewing. Why is it loading so long?
Apparently being a team player means doing whatever the boss says when he says, with no questions or hesitations.
Yeah, you didn't do that. You like critiqued everyone, including the producer.
Yeah. Alright, this is my Ferris wheel. It looks like a loading symbol. Let me just... Okay. Well, the reason why it flashes like that is because of there's 2 more frames than there is on the Ferris wheel than there is a lighting system. Let me just... I'm gonna just separate the lighting layer then on the bottom layer.
See, but the thing is, Ferris wheels came before loading symbols, so really, loading symbols look like Ferris wheels. That just being too annoying now.
Oh, God.
Your body language tells me you want me to die. I'm gonna stay over here, it's safer.
Please release the 100k subscriber special song. I keep rewatching that video just for the song. Lucid Turtle. I do plan to release it. Right now it's on my Patreon as early access. I'm waiting for another song to come out and then I'll put it out on my Bandcamp page. I don't like releasing singles. Like, I like to at least release 2 songs at once rather than just like a one song. I don't know when it will come out though. Sorry. Oops. Do you think Wendy's will have an animation as McDonald's characters do? I haven't been able to think of anything funny with the Wendy's character, so I haven't really done anything yet. But I mean, it's not out of the question.
They have characters?
They have Wendy.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Hey, love from Chile. Hey, Kote. Ryan Hunter Barnes. I do get a lot of people asking about to be voices in my animations, and unfortunately, I just don't have enough characters that require voices, and the ones that I do, I really prefer to find like people who have acting experience. Not saying that you don't, but so sorry, man, but if you are serious though, and you have you're an actor, voice actor, and you got a studio and stuff, you can send me a demo reel, and I will consider you. But I do get a lot of requests, or a lot of people sending me their demo reels for stuff, and I just can't, because I don't really have enough roles for them to even play. You know what I mean? So. Okay, I'm almost done here. This loop. Hopefully this like kind of gradient makes it look more like a little bit more like a Ferris wheel thing. It's supposed to be like an old style Ferris wheel, so there's no like neon blue lights. I guess there could be neon lights, actually. Let's just see how this looks now. That really does look like a loading symbol. But I bet you if I put like...
Looks fine.
yeah, it looks fine. If I put like different elements here, it will look better, I think. So I'm just gonna... okay, let's see here. Mensa Boteng. Love your content, man. Love the 2 shirts I got from you. Hey, well, thank you for purchasing my shirts and stuff, and I appreciate the comment. Thank you. What are you going to do if you hit 500K and 1 million? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might
Go to a bar and
celebrate
have a beer
somehow.
alone.
I don't really know, man. I don't know if it will really change anything for me. So yeah, I might add some like dots, like you're saying, to make it look like light bulbs. I think that'd be a good idea too. Especially like on these parts of the Ferris wheel.
He got the Mischief Pocket shirt.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How well seated is Mischief inside the pocket? Because it was kind of hard for me to align him properly with their guide, and I was like, I hope when they print this that he actually ends up being in the pocket. Lots of compliments on it, eh? Sweet. Abern cakes. Thank you. Would you collab with another artist? Sage, I am doing a collab right now. I'm just, I want to keep it secret until it comes out. It's hard for me to do collabs though, honestly, because I have like this really kind of weird workflow and not everyone works in Photoshop, so... and it's but yeah, I would probably
Send the picture. I want to see it.
mine looks pretty good, but I might actually die if you make a Mischief plush. I'm talking with Teespring, and it might happen this year, actually. It's just we'll see how it goes, basically. They said that they brought it up. They said you can do it. I just have to, I think I have to wait a little bit longer and unlock it, and then I might be able to do like a Mischief plushie. That'd be kind of cool, eh?
Yeah. I don't know what that would look like though, because he's a snake.
It might be the bird form, like when he's a bird.
Yeah, that would make sense. Otherwise, he would just be a head, which is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It'd be just a big face.
If you guys wanted a Mischief plushie, how big would you want it to be? Because there's like different sizes that you could make them, and I can make him like a foot tall, or I could make him like really big, like a foot and a half, or I could make him smaller, like maybe 8 inches tall.
Mischief bowling ball plush. I mean, I guess that's easy because it's just round.
I'm not done. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Yeah.
Something you can hug. Pillow-sized, baby, beanie baby size, ultra mega big. It's quite the gradient.
I may not be able to do 2 sizes, unfortunately. I mean, I could, but the thing is that when you do these things, like make plushies, you have to order them ahead of time, and it's going to be really kind of expensive. So I can't have 2 different sizes of the plushie because it would be like basically double the price. Life size.
Yeah, that's a bit expensive.
A foot sounds about the correct size, honestly. Okay.
Waifu sound size. Don't misuse these.
Yeah, because I'm slowly getting to add some non-t-shirt or clothing related items. Like there's going to be a new pin coming out soon, and
Mischief blow up doll. So you can be very confused. Unicycle version? You can't make a unicycle plushie, that would be ridiculous. It would just look like a bunch of messed up spaghetti. Blimp size. Alright. I don't think we can rent an airport hangar to store the plushie.
oh,
No.
okay. There's 2 different layers of color there.
Mischief custom car parts. Get a Mischief spoiler. Mischief rims. Pink Mischief tires. Ramen.
Couch pillow size sounds most reasonable for a sleep pillow. Mature name. Last time I checked I watched one of your streams, the Campbell Soup, I stayed awake until 3 a.m. Can't do it this time. Hope you forgive me. Yeah, no worries, man. This is taking me a long time to do this Ferris with a lot of lights and stuff.
Yeah, and more lights.
Oh yeah, of course I will. Okay. Probably gonna add some like stick lights.
Can you do a Speedo on Teespring?
Can you?
Yeah.
Not well. You can. You can basically do anything, is what they said. Is as long as I source a manufacturer, you can pretty much do anything. I don't know if I would do a Speedo. I mean, I don't know how many people would order that.
Yeah,
So.
just don't send any videos of that, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. An actual Mischief unicycle. Alright, you guys hook us up with a unicycle manufacturer, we'll make one. For like the 2 people that must use a unicycle in the stream. Oh my god, I'm not reading that one. Don't worry about the Speedo, I'll buy them all. How many do you need? Aw. I need all the Speedos. Well, if you're a male stripper, I'm gonna keep your uniform ready on hand.
Okay, yellow.
Yoga pants.
Nobody. Hey, thanks, man.
Henrik merchandise? There's a lack of Henrik merchandise.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually thinking about that the other day. There isn't that much. There's nothing, actually. There's just that kind of one drawing of the wings on his suit sort of thing, but that's not really him.
What would that even look like?
Well, if you guys want some Henrik merchandise, what would you suggest? Like, what do you...
Bowler hats?
Bowler hats, yeah.
Cigarettes?
Cigarettes. Henrik cigarettes.
I don't think we can sell cigarettes. There's laws around that one. We can't do that one. Fedoras. Man poster? Son of man poster. Okay. Full suits.
Full blue suit.
Yeah. iPhone covers.
iPhone covers.
Body pillow. Okay. Speedo. How do you even put that on a Speedo? Do you just put his face on there or something? Or a little man standing there? A shirt with the apple over his face?
There is one shirt like that. But it's not, there's a little bit more to it, I guess.
Henrik shave kit for quiet old man. Henrik soap. Favorite King of the Hill episode.
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
I don't really... I can't remember, man.
There's too many of them. T-shirt with his surprise face.
Okay. Let's see here. More red.
Yeah, I've been standing here for like an hour. What's the matter with me? Mischief masks.
Okay. I think it's ready. Now, I wonder if it's like too fast, you know? Like, I feel like it's too fast. Let's see what happens when I drag these out. Mandronomy, honestly, you have a highly marketable character in Mischief. Was that on purpose or did it just happen? I mean, I didn't, yeah, it just kind of happened. I don't, like in my old live streams, I showed you guys where Mischief came from, and basically he was just some random dude I drew in a cartoon. And I don't know. He is pretty marketable, though. He kind of can transform into anything, so it's kind of like a perfect thing, I guess. I think especially if it's gonna, I think it will looks better at 7.5 frames. Especially the spinning wheel thing too. I might slow that down too. I'll show you guys a trick that I do so that, yes, it is every 2 frames, but if you split one of the frames and you offset it against the other frames, it still makes an animation that is 15 frames a second. And it kind of makes things look a little bit more smooth. Okay, so if I were to, for the purpose of this, just duplicate that as well, which is my base layer. But if I were to like split this, bring it over here, it may not even be noticeable, but basically it takes a 7.5 frame animation and turns it into 15 because the lights are offset against the background. It's turning at about 50 kilometers an hour. Miles per hour. Right? Yeah, the actual Ferris wheel itself is a little fast too. I wonder if I can just draw those extra frames in. not super easy. Okay, so here's the thing. The reason why it's flashing like that is because the lights don't perfectly line up with the Ferris wheel base. So what I'm going to do is separate this and then make a new After Effects file so you can actually see how it's supposed to look. Okay. So this should actually be saved as lights. And then I won't delete the layer beneath it, but I'll just have it hidden. Turn that off too. Okay, and then the last one is the base. I can actually delete the lights. And the background, I'll delete that because it's not going to be red. So I got that, and then lights. Okay. So I make a new composition here. Also, I did the drawing larger than I usually do because I didn't know how large I wanted it. I might scale it down a bit. Okay. Same thing for the light layer. So that's how it will look. And of course I can put this on a pre-comp. Just call it Ferris wheel. And I have to make this. Okay, so that's what I got so far. And then I might add lights to the actual wheel part too. Probably have to, because otherwise it doesn't look great. Is there any particular reason you don't use 16:9 ratio? Few reasons. One is that I have to draw less when I'm using 4:3s. So, because when you draw a widescreen, there's actually, like, you have to draw the details more detailed because it's facial close-ups are closer. And I mean, I just aesthetically also, most people watch things on the phone, and most people don't watch videos horizontally. And so my animations, if you were to watch them vertically on a phone, it's not so bad because 4:3 fits a vertical screen better than 16:9. Also, standard definition video is 4:3, and I'm using the base resolution of standard video, so that's kind of why I'm using 4:3. Some of the videos I do is 16:9, like the Adult Swim commissions I did are 16:9. Here I am. Use a CRT monitor, eh? Still? Calvin Long, I'm not Quebecois. I mean, I live in Quebec. I live in Montreal, but I'm not like I don't consider myself Quebecois. You know what I mean? I'm from Nova Scotia, so. Okay, so lights and stuff, I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Let me just save this. It's a nice Sony one from 2000, 1600 by 1200 max resolution. Yeah, man. Broccoli, I didn't really plan or write interface before I started it. I just started drawing stuff and I kind of developed a story out of that. I just really wanted to do something, and I didn't really know where it was going to go when I was starting it. Okay. Delete that. I'm going to do another layer of lights. So I'm going to call this one wheel lights, I guess. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just gonna start drawing it, I guess, and see what happens. You know what? I'm not gonna do it on video layer. I'll just do it on regular, because I might make it 2 frames long. In fact, I will. Oops. Joseph Fuller, trying to buy one of the original Mischief hoodies from Teespring, but the US isn't an option for shipping info. even though it specifically says it ships to the US in the description. What do? Are you trying to order the pink original Mischief hoodie, Joseph? I might have to redo that listing. They kind of screwed me over a couple months ago where they stopped offering it to the US and then they suddenly did offer the right color. So I have to redo that listing, I think, Joseph. So if that's the one that you're trying to order, just let me do it tonight and I will have it up tonight, and then the new listing will yeah, it will be able to ship to the US. I just kind of thought that they fixed it, and I guess I have to go in and do it myself. If you try tomorrow, it should work. I'm just gonna redo it tonight, Joseph. Sorry about that. Magnificent Marauder, do you get really particular about any coffee that you drink? We use a French press, and not for any real reason other than it doesn't require me throwing out filters and stuff, and I don't know, I guess we're pretty particular about it. We have a coffee grinder and stuff. Carolina does. It's just there's certain flavors that I don't like. Like, I don't really like Hawaiian coffee. No, yeah, man, you weren't overlooking something. They stopped shipping that in particular color for a few months, and then they opened it back up again, and I'll fix it. Yeah. Blag 2. Thank you, man. Okay, let me just here. What am I doing here? So I got one color there. That looks kind of off. Whatever. I guess this doesn't look that bad. And then this one would be this color. I'm working on an animation right now, and I love to hear your streams while I do so. You are a source of inspiration. Hey, Meaty. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. You work on animations? Do you have a YouTube channel or something? Ooh, you know what? This is actually this might actually look kind of good when it's finished. Let's see here. I know I'm supposed to put like little balls, like it might look a little bit more, but it just might be too much detail. Sometimes too much detail is not good. The thing about Twitch is, the reason why I don't stream on Twitch is, well, actually, if most of the people that watch my stuff is on YouTube, so when I click the stream button, everyone shows up on YouTube, but I don't really have a big following on Twitch. However, I do see there's a couple people there right now. When I watch your streams, I draw and I swear I do 100% better. Well, it's probably fun to, you know, you're drawing with someone, you know, it's like when I draw here with Carolina and stuff and she's painting in the corner, I feel more creative when I'm when other people are being creative around you, it helps you be creative. Can you plug your Twitch in your videos and the script should be sufficient? Yeah, it's, let me just type it in. If you type Umami animations into Twitch, it should show up my YouTube channel. It's like one word, Umami animations. And Yotoro, I don't know if I pronounced that right. I do have a Patreon. If you check the description, there should be a link there. I got some like prints and stuff I give out, so if you're interested. Okay, so white, yellow, and then it goes orange. I'm just holding down the shift button to get these perfectly straight lines. Should be, I feel like there should be a, oh, it disappears underneath the thing there. Okay. Oh. Orange and then dark red. Have you read Ghosts of My Life by Mark Fisher? His writings on ontology share a lot of themes with your work. Sam Robertson. Sorry, man, I'm not familiar with his work, so I can't say. But maybe I should check that out, I guess. Ghosts of My Life, eh? What is it about exactly that is similar? Sling Bomb, thanks for hanging out, man. See you. Notice me, Senpei. Mandromni, how you doing? I was wondering what gave you inspiration for the music and interface? I really like it. It reminds me of music from The Shining. The Shining? I don't really, well, I mean, I'm influenced by all sorts of different musicians, so Boards of Canada for one, and music in like video games, like the Silent Hill video games. I really like those. So I guess those would be some of the sources of inspiration. Okay, this is... Let me just rotate this. Putting this unsettling music in the stream gives it a weird vibe. Yeah, probably. Okay. Alright. Ghost of My Life is a postmodern philosophical work. Well, I don't have to check it out. Is the Ferris wheel a landmark in Canada, or is it just a regular Ferris wheel? Actually, I don't want to say, because this will kind of give away the location, so... And that might be more of a spoiler. Okay, so if I save this as wheel lights, I should put a background color there so you can actually see it. Just make it orange for now. But that's probably not the best color to use. So there you go, kind of a flashing. I wonder what else I can do here. I feel like it's not enough. It needs some like permanent lights, I think, maybe. Maybe it also needs lights on the actual wheel itself. That's what's... Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'll have to draw that for every frame now. All these little details add up though. Should we make a pretty cool animation? Jared Decker, amazing art, keep on being awesome. Hey Jared, thank you very much, appreciate that. Are you going for like a like new state on the Ferris wheel, or are you gonna make some lights flickery off slash defective? Well, thing is that I guess I could make them flickery, but I may not know if people would notice it so much, because like the style is already kind of rough. If I had like a close-up maybe. Miska, thanks for the video. I have law finals next week, and the streams definitely helps with the stress and anxiety. Well, good luck with the law finals, and yes, don't stress too much, I guess, but happy that this is helpful a little bit. Okay. Trying to figure out which colors to use here. This would make the whites line up. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Public school. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see here. We get Details getting kind of lost there. Alright, that's cool, I guess. So it goes bright and kind of fades out. Light blue, so I have to do a light blue here. Almost done here, I think. Nobody. Thanks for your work, man. Inspires me to do art. Hey, well, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. You guys always tell me that this is like a relaxing stream, but like, what are streams normally like? Are they normally like, like shouting and shit? I don't know. I never really watch streams. Sometimes I watch, well, I guess I go through Twitch sometimes and watch people's streams, creative stuff. There's one guy that makes like face masks. He carves them out of clay, and there's a lot of neat stuff going on there. I don't really watch the video game streams. I do sometimes though. I play the only video game I'm playing these days is Hunt Showdown, which is a early access game by Crytek, and sometimes I check out the streams on that. Oops, looks like I made this too close together over here. I have to redo this. If you guys are, and girls are looking for kind of like a slow-paced shooter game that's more about like being sneaky and stuff, I would recommend Hunt Showdown for sure. It's kind of like an antithesis to games like Fortnite. It's a lot. It takes place in like the swamps of Louisiana and New Orleans, that sort of thing. And it's person versus enemy, and also person versus player, or player versus player, I guess. So it's a mixture of two in one.
Can I make dinner?
Yeah. What do you want to make?
Just gotta heat up the chicken and make a bunch of rice.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's... I feel like I screwed up the something here. Again, this should be lower. What do you plan to work on after Interface is over? Do you have any ideas for another series? I don't have any ideas for other series at the moment, so it's Can
you take a picture of me with my lows later?
Yes, wait, I can.
Yes.
You come back in here and talking about lobes again?
Yeah, I want to take a funny picture.
Okay. Almost done with this light here, so I gotta go bright, and then I need a dark blue. Do a 50-episode series about the soup can. Can you imagine if I just made every episode of every single thing I did about the soup videos? Just... I don't know. I'm sure it would get tiring after a while, I guess. Um, How do you feel about the success of the soup can videos? Well, I'm happy that they're successful. They are quite successful. I don't know why, really. It's kind of hard to explain. There's something about those soup videos that people really connect with. They've kind of gone a little bit viral. Like, I think they're like over 500,000 views, which is unusual for me. I think there's something just about it, just because there's like a face. There's basically like the meme about my channel is that you just put a face on an inanimate object and suddenly it becomes an animation. So that's basically the soup videos. Okay, saving this. Open up After Effects. Oh yeah, this Ferris wheel is starting to look pretty good. I think it just needs one more layer that kind of outlines the structure of it. Oh, I don't like how right here, see how the lines are like, for some reason going on top of the box there, so I have to fix that. Hey Umami, what Mac are you using? I'm using the new Mac Minis that they released at the end of last year. And some Dell monitors. I'm actually pretty happy with it because right now I have Character Animator opening and After Effects, Photoshop while I'm live streaming with Restream chat. Audio interface and all that plugged in, and it's able to animate and stuff. So basically everything I need, you know. I'm not crazy how like it's like the lights are kind of like bouncing at the bottom there. I think it's just because I drew them too low right here. I just noticed with the light that you're a fan of Beksinski and bacon, which makes sense. I don't know if I pronounced Beksinski correctly, but considering the ambient of your series, ambience, I kind of always, I don't know, there's something about those dark unsettling aesthetics that I'm drawn to. So, especially with Francis Bacon, because his paintings are so colorful and bright, and at the same time they're kind of really, they give you like a dark impression, you know what I mean? That's what I like about them. I think that's kind of what I try to strive for a little bit in my animations, because everything some of the stuff I do is quite colorful. Okay, I think the only thing it needs now is just an outline of white around the frame of the structure, and then a Ferris wheel might be done. So I'm gonna add one more layer on top. Maybe I can make this one flicker, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it should be dotted. Or is that too much detail? Let's see what happens when I save this. I think it looks okay as being a dot. Okay. You know what? I don't know about the dots. I'm wondering. The dots look fine, probably. Jagus, I was subscribed to your channel and one day your videos just stopped appearing. I missed it really, so I had to search the already subscribed channel first time hitting the bell. Hey Jagus, thank you for doing that. Yeah, with the way YouTube works now is even though you subscribe on someone, they won't show you all their videos, which is kind of annoying. So if you guys haven't done so already and you want to see every single video that I make, be sure to hit the bell and not just the subscribe button, because YouTube may not show it to you when I release it, and unfortunately, because the reason behind that is it's just an algorithm sort of thing, I guess. I'm gonna change it to lines. I don't like how the dots make it look a little too detailed, so. I might even put some lines inside here. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. And now, if you can see here, there's a problem because it makes this other bar in the back look like it doesn't exist. So I have to open this up and see why underneath the wheel lights, single. Okay, what I might just do here is just have this duplicate, save this as backlight, and now go open the After Effects. Put this in here, and then I transform it. There, now see how there's a line there on the back, and now all it needs is a little bit of black underneath. And now see, it's missing a, I might have to move it over some more, hold on. Yeah, that looks better. There, now it actually looks like there's some dimension there. I'm not crazy about how imperfect the circle is. So you could break the long lines into 2 or 3. I think that's a good idea too, because otherwise it just looks like gigantic neon lights. And they would have breaks in them, wouldn't they? Put a break there, put a break there, put a break there, put a break there. Probably put a break at the connections. Even a break in this circle maybe. Yeah, that looks a little bit more natural. That was a good suggestion. Who said that? The center of the Ferris wheel looks like it's loading. Yeah, I don't know if I don't really like how it looks like a loading symbol, eh? It's okay, I might just leave it for now. You know what, maybe if I duplicated it so it actually doesn't have this exact loading field. Let me see. Which layer is that? It's this one. So if I duplicate this, and I just make a mask. So it's that section of it, and then skim it down so it's on the opposite side. Oh, I see the problem here. Okay, now what if I take the, fuck, where's my effects key out, color key, or linear color key. The darkest gray is this. Set that to 0. Excuse me. Oops. Oh, it looks like my mask is a little sloppy too. Why does the mask have to be pink? I just can't even see it. Okay, there. I should be able to edit. Oops. Okay, let's see. Now if I offset it correctly, now it looks less like a loading symbol and more like something you might see at a Ferris, on a Ferris wheel. 2 sets of lights rotating, yeah. That actually looks pretty sweet now, I think. So let's see if I take this down. All right. Put a background on it. Now I bet you if I put like some like buildings or in the front, in the foreground, right? Like little games and that sort of thing. I put some circus tents in the background and give it some nice lighting on the clouds. This shot might look pretty sweet. So yeah, I think that turned out pretty nicely. A lot of work drawing all those lines and stuff, but it matches my kind of rough looking aesthetic. Yep. Okay. Well, I think that's about it for today, guys. I'm gonna save everything here. So today you saw me animating a Ferris wheel for episode 14 of Interface. Thank you guys and girls and everyone for stopping in. Everyone who has asked me questions and just wanted to hang out. And those who have super chatted. And I appreciate you guys very much. So I look forward to doing a live stream again with you guys sometime. And have a good weekend. And for those who are studying on your exams, good luck. And hopefully it's not too stressful for you. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.